Oh, so welcome again to another Nightlife Podcast episode where we discuss everything nightlife within GH. I hope you guys are enjoying the podcast. Thanks for your reviews. We had amazing reviews from our last podcast on the top 10 parties in Ghana. Today, I'm not here with my co-host, Handsome Fella. So he'll come back next week for the next episode. So you guys are welcomed. On today's episode, we have someone really special to the nightlife scene within Ghana. Today's episode is called Behind the Bar. So today we have Black. If you guys don't know Black, I know him as Black. I don't even know his real name. So I know him as Black. So on today's episode, we are going to talk about bartenders, mixologists, and everything in between. Black, as I know him, worked at Santoku Urban Grill and is currently the bar manager for Garage Ghana, which is one of the top places within Accra and then GH right now. So today we are going to discuss everything within bars, stereotypes, skills, problems, trends, everything. So welcome to the show, Black.
Thank you, bro.
What's good, my G? What's good? So I know I introduced you earlier. So why did I miss anything?
Yeah, I mean, a couple of some informations like where I started with this restaurant called Yardbird Spinters. That was somewhere around 2012, 2013.
Oh, that's like 10 years ago.
Yeah, so from there, I was transferred to Coco Lounge.
Mm-hmm.
To
Coco Lounge is no more operational, right?
Nah, it's no more.
What happened to it?
Some few problems with the COVID and all that.
Okay.
So, but it was for one owner. So with Yardbird, Coco Lounge, Santoku, Urban Girl, and Carbon.
They were all owned by one person. Wow, that's great. Ghanaian?
Not a Ghanaian.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I started with them, and I was happy to work within all the outlets. Mm. So with Santoku, you get a Japanese vibe. They are into Japanese dishes, cocktails, and all that. And also, one place that I was really happy to work with in was Carbon, the nightclub.
Yeah, Carbon was great. Carbon gave a kind of vibe that we typically miss now within nightlife. Yeah. Where I remember my fondest moments of Carbon was the fact that they used to bring on these young acts who come into Carbon Thursdays,
yeah,
and then they gave the opportunity to all these young artists to come and showcase their craft. That's the first time I heard Darko Vibes.
Yeah,
so that was really great.
He actually did a song for Carbon.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, you should check it out.
Oh, it's called Carbon, right?
Carbon's called, yeah.
It's true. Shout out to Darko Vibes on that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then currently where do you're at Garage, right?
Yeah, I'm working with Garage now, and it's been amazing. Okay. So far, so good.
Tell me about that journey. How's it been so far? I mean, working with Garage and with all those crazy parties that they throw and stuff like that. So how's the relationship been?
It's been good. I mean, whatever you want to start or whatever you want to do, and you want that team, you should get that good teamwork. Everyone bring whatever they have together, and then you guys will be able to accomplish whatever you want to. So we had a great team. And that's how come Garage become Garage now. And
I see.
We're still in.
I see. Lovely. So on today's episode, bartending, at least from my point of view, is bartending mixology is typically the person behind the bar, male, female, who mixes the drinks at the bar, does all those fancy things, and then make sure people are not getting illegal with the drinks and stuff like that. But that's what bartending is, mixology is. I don't know if you have anything else to say around like what it actually is.
Yeah. So the whole idea of bartending, started a while ago. People started serving drinks like a while ago, but now there was this new trend that was going on way back, like the classics when it comes to cocktails.
Okay.
We have cocktails that are called classics. Now people got fed up with whiskey. I'm just drinking only whiskey. I'm just drinking only rum. What can I mix with the rum? That's how the art of mixology started.
Okay.
So we can have a bartender who will serve you ice, Coke with lemon, and he's serving you, he's attending to you, and he's doing his work. But we have people that go beyond that, who give you the extra act, the craft. Those people, I term them as mixologists.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see. So what you're saying is with bartending, anybody can, I mean, like, not anybody can do it, but it's the most basic of things, just serving and stuff like that. But anyone who goes beyond that is doing what we call
the
mixology.
mixologist. Yeah. So don't get me wrong, bartending itself is another big world on its own. So professionally, when you do it and you do it well, I'll give you an example of good bartenders and the place you can get them. Most of the times you get those good bartenders in hotels.
Oh, I see.
In hotels. And when it comes to some top restaurants, they are very strict. So they go, this your wine, this your whiskey, this your champagne. But right now there are more restaurants coming in who wants to infuse their craft into their venue now.
Okay.
So I'll be high-end restaurant, but I want the bartender to learn the act when it comes to the act of mixing cocktails.
Okay.
So they try get you all the tools and materials you need. So you be at the back, and then you create the cocktail they want you to create, or the cocktail you want to create. And it's the act.
Okay.
It's the act.
Okay, I see. So it's moved from being a job to being an art and a craft on its own. So I think you mentioned something. So to be a good bartender, or to be like a good mixologist, like what do you need? Like if tomorrow I wanna start mixing drinks, you understand, and get a picture. What are some of the what do I need to do? Like, what are the characteristics of like a good bartender?
A good bartender. Yeah, there are some few things you need to. For me personally, you can't be a good bartender if you don't know your product you are selling to the customers. Okay. So first of all, product knowledge is very important when it comes to the bartending, the world. When you enter into the bartending, I
think that's very
world.
very important. I think I was with I was with a colleague, and we went to one of the bars in airport, and then I think she wanted was it like I've forgotten the name of the cocktail. I think it was just a normal mojito or something like that, and the bartender came, and then the mix was totally wrong. You understand? And she was actually arguing with the bartender, no, this is the mix. It's 2 shots of this, 2 shots of that. And then the bartender was like, no, and like, no, I know what I'm talking about. So I think it's very, very important to actually know your product. That's one.
Very, very important. And also, one thing I also will think of when it comes to like a bar, if you want to be a bartender, is cleaning. Maintaining cleanliness.
It's very, very important.
Very, very important. You should have that skill. You should have that in you.
It's very important. Even when you go to the bar and you want to order, even the way that things are arranged in the bar. I know a lot of bars take their bars very, very seriously, the aesthetic and then how it looks, because I think people's decision to even buy a drink is just how you present. Presentation is very important in your craft.
Really, really important. And also, for you to also be a good bartender, you should acquire some skills. You should learn some skills.
What skills are those?
I'm talking about customer service.
Okay, very, very important.
Before someone will even get to your bar, a professional bartender knows what he or she wants.
I see.
Should have fair idea of what he or she wants.
Yeah.
And it takes years, for you to get there. So that's also another one key point if you really want to.
You need to actually learn the skills. But is there in I know outside Ghana there are these schools and there's a lot of training being done for some of these things. Is that opportunity open in Ghana? Are there places where people can go and learn how to become a bartender?
Yeah.
Or are there associations that people need to have, like, can join or to learn all these crafts and things? Or it's just people who just come in and go like, what, this thing is cool.
So I know of the Bartenders Guild.
But I have heard of that. Shout out to the team.
Kojo.
Yeah.
I remember 2014. I was part of the group.
Okay. What do they do essentially?
So they educate the bartender, and also they also educate the public, and for them to know what the bartender,
really
what bartending is about.
Okay.
And they try to also protect the bartender health-wise.
Okay.
And also
so it's more like an association. That's really cool.
They were having good deals with other foreign brands with when it comes to drinks, alcohol.
So typically they have like partnerships with all these big brands, and then they do a lot of customer training, and that's really dope.
Yeah, Bartenders Guild has been one key when it comes to bartending in Ghana.
Okay.
Yes. So, but for me, I took my online study serious because I wasn't getting the time to get with this with the Bartenders Guild and all that. So I started with Remy Martin.
Okay.
Yeah, there was I heard about this online training. I was like,
oh, that's impressive. So you mean like some of the big brands have these online platforms where you can actually go and learn about. So what does it do? Do they only teach you about their drinks, or they teach you? Is it like an open, like they teach you in general? So
they teach you in general, and then if you want to proceed, if you want to add more knowledge to the previous ones, they can also open that place for you to dive very deep into it. And
so you went on the Remy
Martin, and I remember I used 2 days to finish my course.
Oh, for real?
Oh yeah, 2 days. I finished everything. It was a 30 days course, and I'm like, yo,
you're gonna do everything, pump everything in 2 days.
That's it. And it wasn't like I was in a rush, but that's where I got to know all that time, all the time that I started learning. It's been there. It's just I haven't had anyone to be like examine me or
I think
board.
the thing also with some of these things with bartending is you can have years of experience. You can be in the game for about 10, 15, 20 years. But if you haven't actually studied the art of bartending, your experience can only take you so far, you understand? So you can say, I've been in the game for about 20, 15 years bartending. But if you've not understood the craft as it is, then it becomes a particular issue. And
they quickly sent me an email like, okay, congratulations, we'll send you an email. And they confirmed, right now I'm a member of Remy Martin Africa.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so
impressive.
Some of the decisions. I'm part of the board. So
nice one. Really impressive. I see. Very impressive. So let me go on to the next question, right? Which I feel is really, really important. Bartending there's this stigma around bartending. On one side, people don't see it as a profession. People just feel it like it's a side hustle kind of thing. You understand? I'm just trying to bid my time.
Yeah.
You understand? So, I mean, I'll just jump into bartending, stuff like that. I want you to comment on that one. And then secondly, there's another stereotype where people just feel like bartending is for men. It's reserved for men, you understand? But funny enough, I was trying to shoot a video for one of the brands, and I was looking for concepts. So I went on I think Instagram and things like that, and the concept I was looking for, it was only women bartenders who were doing that particular. She was flipping the things and so I want to know, first of all, that stereotype around why do you think people just assume that it's a profession for men, and why do you people not like why people can't take it like it's they can't own it like the way you've owned it as your profession?
It's so I won't lie to you. This I started bartending because my first week with I was going to uni and then had problem with family issues and all that. And I'm like, yo, if I really want to go to uni, continue uni, and the money's not coming like how I'm expecting it. Who's gonna pay my fees and all that? Look, let me just look for a work and then that will earn me something.
Okay.
And I remember I took my application letter to one company and they're like, for them they are starting something small. So if I'll give them the chance for them to train me how they want me to be, they're okay with it and they'll pay me I'm like, okay, cool, I have no problem. I'm in I just so in the process of training, and these people are white people, I had one guy from UK, I had one guy from Mexico, Oscar, and I had one lady from Spain, and these people were professionals.
So let me take me back. The application was to tend, like to work at a bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I want to work, so any work.
Okay.
So they told me about their new restaurant that was coming up, and they would like to recruit me. And then if I'm in, I'm like, yeah, I'm in. I mean, at the end, my salary will come, So the training started, and I was like, that's why I'm like, oh wow, there's a thing called bartender. I thought it's blue kiosk. You go there,
you just pour that.
Charlie. So that's where I started to get the interest. Like, I became more curious. Like, why do you have to do this? And I started learning on my own. And a year later, this guy looked at me and was like, hey, your pay, I want to change it to dollars.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was just after how many years?
After 1 year.
After 1 year,
yeah,
bartending and how good you were doing. The guy just came back and said, you know what, I'm going to pay you in USD.
Yeah, and it's like, yo, don't tell anyone. He just held my hand straight to the general manager at that point, and then they just signed.
I see.
And then that was it. I was just there. And then my salary came.
I see.
So at that time, Charlie.
I see.
So imagine if it was 200 cedis, they did it $200
back then. Yeah, that's really crazy. I mean,
so and I didn't. For me, I was like, I'm okay. Like, so the money came and I went to changing cities. I'm like, are you joking, yo?
So why is it that people don't see it as lucrative or something? I want to understand what
the thing is because
is it a stigma behind it? Is it people don't have education around what
that's the whole point. And we don't have a lot of schools that open the chances for people who want to study like hospitality. Hospitality.
Not to even cut you short. I had a discussion somewhere this week with one of the biggest bar owners, and they were telling me how they love the fact that the hospitality industry in Ghana is just growing.
Yeah.
And now people back then, even I mean, telling you, from even general manager to marketing to
Yeah.
bartending to bouncing,
Yeah.
it was just frowned upon. But now it's looking
take
like
them
a lot of,
serious.
yes, MCing,
Yeah, people
DJing,
take them
everybody
serious
wants
now.
to, you understand? So there's
Get
a
a
lot of,
brand,
yes,
like-
everybody is just trying to find their space within the hospitality industry, which is pretty cool. And I think a lot more people should go after what they really like. You
Yeah.
understand? Maybe they're doing it because it may seem that it's not a paying job, you understand? But I mean, look at you. You understand? Look at
Yeah.
where you started right
And-
now. And
Right now, I sometimes go to other bars and I see females in the bar. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, yo. And again, shout outs to the Bartenders Guild, because that's where I started seeing female who wants to learn the craft, who wants to learn the bartending.
shout out to the
Yeah.
bartenders guild. You guys are doing amazing.
Yeah, and it's been great. Like, you'll be surprised, the highest end bartender in the world, she's a female.
You're
It's
joking.
true, yeah.
The
It's
highest paid bartender is a female.
Yeah, she is. She is.
And we need to
and
go
right
look out
now,
for her.
world competitions that do take places. We have females who compete with the males, and they are extra.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah,
you
that's
see
great.
them, and you're like, yo,
Crazy.
you'll be amazed. And I'm proud, like, I see them, I'm like, yo, I need to do more, like, I need to learn and then do more of these stuffs. And I remember you say you wanted a concept, and then
Yeah,
you just
exactly,
went there and you were seeing
exactly.
like, hey,
It's
female, like,
yeah,
hey,
females
lady, she they flip
she
and
dey
all that.
flipping. She dey just dey flip the things. Yeah. It's really.
Yeah, I've forgotten her name. She's from is it Korea? She's Asian.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
I see. When you travel outside to some of the big clubs in the US and in South Africa,
yeah,
shout out to Brick, and shout out to the other hangouts in Miami. When you go there, their marketing strategy is such that all their bartenders are female.
that's it.
I'm telling you, when you go to the
Crazy.
strip clubs, when you go to the bar, all of them are females. They don't take male bartenders. You understand? Everyone is female. I mean, I went to one of the bars like this. I asked for a Cosmopolitan or something like that. The girl gave it to me within almost 4 seconds.
Yeah.
It was like pop, 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 pop.
Straight.
It was
Straight.
yeah, and it's people don't see the marketing behind it, and you understand, like,
That's it.
they put a lot of effort into their bar. It's not just stocking your bar with drinks. It's not just stocking your bar with drinks.
It's
I mean,
true.
you can have a bad day, walk into a bar, and then all of a sudden a bartender will just make you happy. You
Yeah.
understand? So those are some of the things that I feel like people should really take seriously.
Yeah.
Let me go on to my next question, right? So COVID, right? I mean, the COVID discussion is never ending. So 2020, I think 20 was it 2020, right?
2019 to
2020.
yeah.
That's when COVID hit. How did that affect you personally in terms of your bartending and
Yeah.
bars especially, and how do you think people are coming back from it? You understand?
Yeah, for me, it was good and bad, because I mean, I remember when I was called, and was like, oh, yo, we will pay you this amount of money because the COVID and the company, and I think I was the only staff I was called, because at that time, if you're not part of the expats, you are not being paid in dollars.
Okay.
So they called me like, hey, look, we'll just divide your salary into two because COVID. I'm like, okay. And then, yeah, they were telling me to come, my normal shift and all
Shift,
that.
yeah.
I'm like, but we are not busy, so let's just sit down and then let's schedule this thing. Like, if I have to come twice in a week, because
There's really no work. Yeah, I get it.
and I remember there was a day I was home. And I had a call. They told me, hey, we need you for a private event. I'm like, oh, okay. And yeah, I got there and it's like they told me, oh, Black, we've heard about you, so take this document, read, and then if you're interested, sign. And yeah, I was just reading and I just checked down. I saw my money. I saw my monthly salary there for one day.
And this was COVID time.
Yeah, it was COVID time.
I see.
Yeah.
So you were doing more of private events during the day.
That wasn't the plan, but I mean that was what I'm like. I had people calling me for private events, and
so you still remain sustainable even after COVID.
It was cool. For me it was good for me, but I remember some friends called me like, "Hey, Black Charlie, what's up?" It wasn't as smooth for other people,
okay.
But for my side, it was okay.
It was good.
It was good. It was good. Trust. And that's the thing also with being a bartender and also having your networking in a professional way. So they will notice if you're a good bartender.
Exactly.
So I had people recommending me like, oh, I know this guy. He's good. He's a bartender. Call him. He's good with this. You get me? Like, people right now, it's more bartenders. It's all about money now. To me, right? They just want to go
get their
work,
money, and then that's it.
And then
but
that's
there's
it.
more to it than
there's
that.
There's a lot to it.
Yeah,
there's
it's
a lot to
networking,
it.
relationships, people you meet,
Trust.
and stuff like that. So
trust.
Yeah. And if you're I think if you're a very social person, I think you would love the fact that you wake up every day to go and meet people. You understand? Bro. It should really excite you to feel that you are waking up and they are going to serve people drinks and then you're going to make someone's day. You understand? So it's as you said, it's beyond the money.
Yeah.
Networking, relationships, and stuff like that are also very, very important.
Very important.
So there are a couple of trends that are going to happen in 2022. There's been predictions. I got this off Forbes and Rolling Stone. So I'll take you through each and every one of them, and then you give me your thoughts on it. Ghana specific, you understand? So the article mentioned that these are the top 5 or 6 trends for 2022. The first one said tequila is going to be a thing in 2022.
Okay.
You understand? They mentioned that tequila is now, I think, the second biggest drink export in Mexico. So people are going back to tequila really, really hard. So I want to know what your thoughts are in terms of Ghana. Does it look like we've done like only 2 months within 2022, but are you seeing people order a lot of tequila and stuff like that?
In Ghana, my experience in the bar, I get a lot of people that come straight to the bar and say, "Give me shots." And when they say shots, they don't specify. We know it's tequila. So Ghana has also been one of the countries that consume tequila a lot, a lot. So I remember there was this trend with this tequila brand, Azul, and I mean people didn't care how much it cost. We had people buying Azul like normal tequila.
Before you even go on, I want to ask, what drives that consumer behavior? You understand? Why is there a drink and it becomes like Azul? Now, right now, Azul is
let me tell you this. It's a thing with I mean, I'll say everything. Azul wasn't Azul.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Like the old Azul didn't put aesthetics in it. They didn't put art in it. They didn't put like. They weren't thinking of art.
Yeah, so it was just a branding. It's just
it was the branding.
Yeah.
Right now, you can't just wake up in Ghana and say, "Oh, I want to open a restaurant."
Yeah.
People will come and see. If you don't add that art into it, if you don't add that catchy thing, that people will be like, "Oh, I want to go here, go see that thing where them do." Do you understand? And that was a thing with Azul.
Yeah.
Do you get me? Aside that, right now,
I think the fanfare too is part, because I mean you can get Azul anywhere, but the thing is, the way the branding is such that if I go to a bar, I want people to see that I'm buying Azul. You understand?
And then, you know,
they're ordering and the bottles are coming, and then it's so.
Azul.
Oh man, nightlife is so interesting, man.
So with tequila, I'm not even surprised them predicting that tequila will be one of the top spirits that will be selling. Yeah, I'm not actually surprised. But yeah, tequila. Ghanaians with tequila, trust me.
As soon as they get it, they'll just want a shot.
Straight, no two ways.
So the second one is that cocktails will have more fruits and more vegetables. What do you have to say about that?
I remember my first competition in Ghana. Like I was just thinking of what to do for people to see that, like, look, with the act of cocktails, we are getting there. And I remember I did a cocktail in this vegetable. Do you know the bell pepper? The big one.
Yeah, the very big one.
Yeah. I cut the top, scoop everything in it, the seeds and everything, and then I created a cocktail and I poured a cocktail in it. I think that cocktail had vodka, parsley. I had a homemade syrup I did with cinnamon and then orange.
I see.
And then I shaked it together and then
you poured it in.
I poured it in, and then that was it. It was crazy. Like, people haven't seen like a cocktail pepper. And then
I've seen one that shout out to Oliver Twist. I've seen them do an Afro cocktail in water. They cut out the watermelon.
Okay.
The whole watermelon. And they just poured the whole cocktail in it. So I think it's becoming a vibe that is coming up. And
the thing with now, people would like to sit and watch you do their cocktail fresh.
Yeah. That's really important. Back then it was more like, I'm ordering this, and then all of a sudden the person brings you the drink. But nowadays people want you want to be, they want to see you.
Curious, like what goes in.
What actually are you doing in the back there? You understand? Are you killing me? Are you? That's really important. The third one they mentioned was that non-alcoholic drinks are coming in style. Shout out to Eden Bar. I know that's one of the bars that's championing that. There's a lot of discussion around Eden Bar on social media. What do you have to say about the non-alcoholic cocktails?
One thing I know, Ghanaians with alcohol.
Once it's a cocktail, there has to be alcohol in it. Where is the alcohol?
But then again, it's a challenge, and I like how the thought for them even getting non-alcoholic cocktail. Yeah, of course, we have few people who would not like to do, cocktails, so they'll go in for their mocktails and all that. And I'm yet to even go there and check out their place and their menu because I'm very curious. I know of a friend from Germany came and told, she also doesn't drink alcohol. So she told me she wants beer. I'm like, okay, but you don't drink. It's like, yeah, non-alcoholic beer. Like they have that has no alcohol in it. I'm like, oh, really? And she said, yeah. So maybe if I don't know, we should try and then start introducing them to Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah, so I know for a fact that this can also be a trend when it comes to this non-alcoholic cocktails and the mocktails.
I see. The last thing I want to talk to you about that I know it's a very hot topic for a lot of people is fake alcohol.
Fake alcohol, yeah.
So I wanted to ask, what are you guys coming from a bartender's perspective? What is your thoughts? There's a lot of complaints around within Accra on fake alcohol and some of the bars serving that kind of thing. So, what is your take on that?
Fake alcohol. I've had experience with that. The whole thing is, business side, Ghanaians like cheap things.
Yeah.
Do you get me? First of all, some Ghanaians, let me put it that way, after investing a lot in your building, the bar, and now the beverages are in, you just want to pass the other side and go get the cheap one.
Yeah.
You face that problem. It's likely you're going to face those problems. And some bottles, the common fake drinks that we know of is Henny.
Okay, so there's a lot of I see the complaints are always around like fake Hennessy and
Hennessy.
well, during the December Christmas, there was one party that I went to at one of the bars, and with the UK people, they move differently. They actually pick up the bottle and then they scan the bottles on their phones. You understand? They scan it to see whether it's original before they start drinking it, which is pretty crazy. So I see there's a lot of fake alcohol within the system.
It's about time. I feel like if we have a proper policy when it comes to alcoholic beverage, it should be very strict, and then all the outlets, like all the bars that
because it's not just a money making thing. I mean, it's also a health issue, right? I mean, you can't be selling fake expired alcohol. You understand? So that's a challenge to most of the bar owners. And
one thing I also notice is most times they don't know that it's fake.
Exactly,
because
that's the thing. It's very difficult. I feel like the education around drinks is really important, as you mentioned. Even the bartenders are facing it, then the customers, you understand? If you the bartender cannot even determine which alcohol is fake or real, how would the customer is like putting their trust in you to make them a good cocktail?
Let me tell you one experience I had. So we bought the drinks, and then I had a complaint, and I had to move to the customer and say, hey, look, this is where we got the sauce from. This is legit. Yeah. And he said, no, I should try it. I tried it. And I'm like, no. So that same box, I picked one and I came to him and I opened it. And we tried it. And he said, yeah. Sometimes you can't even differentiate with the bottling.
Yes, exactly.
Or
the bottling is the same.
Sometimes you can scan it and you get
exactly.
But there was
one time that Remy, I think one of the managers of Remy Martin. So I asked him, so how do you spot a fake Remy? And he was like, well, there are not a lot of fake Remy's in the system, but he showed me where to look. And I'm like, there's this seal. There's this seal on it. I'm like, how am I going to look at the seal? You understand? For all these things. But just to mention that, I mean, I think bar owners should really take that up really seriously. Fake alcohol should be something that should be taken on very, very seriously. We're getting to the end of the podcast. So what are your final, give us your final words for anyone who one wants to become a bartender, and what should the person do? Aside, and right now we've all learned that we should all go and sign up. I'm going to sign up for the Bartenders Guild. I'll be there. You understand? To also learn. But what are your final words? One thing I'll say is if you really want to dive into the bar, just prepare, because you'll be surprised. The bar itself is a big world on its own. Exactly. It's a world on its own.
Big world on its own. The point where I got to a point where I was studying chemistry.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. Did
you guys hear that?
You should
studying chemistry behind the bar.
You should know where this spirit is coming from.
Yeah.
How was it distilled?
Yeah. I think there's so much behind the bar.
Crazy.
Behind
it's
the
crazy.
bar is really crazy.
Me, I always say, hey, if you are going into this space, don't stop learning. Humble yourself. Don't think what you know, no one knows. And whatever you know, share. maybe after sharing, you might get more from the other person.
Makes sense.
So it's all about you learning and do your research. Learn, do your research. Never give up if you are going into that space.
Exactly. It's something that when you go and you need to have the heart for it.
And we get experts. Me, with my experience, I get people coming from abroad and they are amazed with where bartending has got into now.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, so you know this cocktail called Manhattan? I'm like, yeah. It's like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Like,
you
know
it was
this.
only done, yeah.
You know this cocktail called Cosmo. Oh, you know what? Oh, yeah. And then they're like excited. Oh, okay, this is a place, or like Africa. I can come to Africa and I can get my Negroni same way I get from maybe New York.
Now he's going technical with the Negroni and and ho and all these things.
So yeah, it's a classic cocktails. And when it comes to classic cocktails, you can't change the recipe.
It has to be the same.
It
has to be the same.
The same with the same ingredients.
Lovely. I enjoyed this podcast episode. We need to bring this back. I think we should do this like.
There's a lot, bro.
Yeah, I think we should do behind the bars every quarter. You understand? At least once a quarter. We should have you on to come and talk to us about the bar. But it was lovely having you, Black. Black is currently the bar manager for Garage Ghana. You guys should pass by Garage anytime. Cocktails are on me. Shots are on me. When you go there, just mention Blacvolta. And you guys should check him out.
Straight.
So we'll catch you on next week's episode. Subscribe to the Blacvolta podcast. Watch the videos on YouTube. Will be out. Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast. See you next week. Peace
out.